Welcome back to my series, Dance Moms Uncovered. Since Season 8 started to air, I've gotten heaps of requests to uncover some of the things that have happened this season. Obviously I can't cover everything that happened this season, but I'll try my best to cover some of the big controversies that have been aired so far. So let's just say that there's more to this season than the producers cared to show. Feel free to share your thoughts on the following evidence. Let's start today by talking about the fake feuds. The drama on Season 8 of Dance Moms somehow manages to seem even more forced and fake than the drama on previous seasons. The first feud that seems really exaggerated is between Yolanda and Stacey. While I agree that their fight in Season 7 probably damaged their relationship to some extent, when the Dance Moms cameras aren't rolling, they still seem like friends. One thing that confused fans was the video on Jordan Matters' YouTube channel, where Yolanda and Stacey reunite for the first time since the show. In this video, it seems like they're willing to put their differences aside for the sake of their daughter's friendship, and they even decide to take a photo together. But as soon as Season 8 rolled around, they were bitter enemies again. So what is their relationship really like? Well, there are several posts on Instagram that strongly suggest that Yolanda and Stacey are friends again. There is a video of Stacey goofing around and pretending to choke Yolanda, which seems to confirm that there are actually no hard feelings over the incident anymore. The second fake feud I wanted to discuss was between Abby and Sarah. While Abby has had several massive arguments with Sarah's mum Michelle, and told her that Sarah sucks, Abby's social media says otherwise. Sarah is the only Season 8 cast member who is promoting Abby's beauty camp, and Abby calls her both silly and fun. So while their relationship might seem really strained on the show, in reality, they both admire each other a lot. 2. Giannina wasn't fired. In Season 8, Episode 3, Ashley says that she heard rumours that Giannina was fired from the Broadway show of Matilda because she and her mum were hard to work with. Well, I have found evidence that strongly suggests that this wasn't true. First of all, Kelly has claimed in her court documents that the producers of Dance Moms would often provide the cast members with so-called information that they wanted them to bring up to the other mums or Abby to cause drama. This means that anytime a cast member says that they heard a rumour, we should be skeptical. Giannina played Amanda Thripp on the Broadway show of Matilda for 19 months. If she was really that difficult to work with, the director would have replaced her much sooner than that. On social media, she still refers to the Matilda cast as her family, and still seems pretty close with some of her former castmates. Online, there are audition information documents for the casting of Matilda in Australia, and they appear to be very strict about the heights and ages of their cast. To play Amanda Thripp, the kids must be no taller than 135 centimetres, which is around 4 foot 5 inches. Giannina is currently estimated to be 5 feet tall, so it's very likely that she simply outgrew the role when she finished her run back in 2016. Next, let's look at Brady and Trisha. Brady and Trisha became fan favourites on the show, but when Abby kicked them off the team, this caused a huge uproar. So why would Abby get rid of one of the best dancers on her team? Well, unsurprisingly, it seems that the producers were the ones who kicked him off. Before Season 8 aired, the cast travelled to the UK. During this tour, at a meet and greet, Abby claimed that the producers were the ones who sent him home, and that the show was probably going to make it look like Abby thought he was too good for the team. Well, if you've seen the show, you'll know that this is exactly what the show makes it seem like.
The producers wanted me to kick Brady off the team. You'll hear me saying, "Brady, you have to go. You're too good."
Abby also says that in order to get Brady back on the team, she went straight to the head executives at Lifetime and demanded that they bring him back.
Hashtag bring Brady back, right?
Hashtag bring Brady back. Yeah, I kind of went over the producers' heads and talked to the Lifetime executives, and Brady's back.
I also wanted to take a quick look at this scene where Trisha throws her going away cake on the ground. If you listen closely, you'll notice that Stacey never says, "We got you a cake." It's possible that Stacey actually said, "The producers got you a cake," or something like that, and her words were slightly edited.
No bad blood, got you a going away cake.
Furthermore, the scene makes it look like Trisha got mad and threw it on the ground immediately, but there's a picture on Trisha's Instagram of her posed in front of the cake. This scene just seems so off in general, from the weird timing to the fact the mum somehow knew she's going to throw it as soon as she picks it up, and the fact that Trisha posted it so proudly on Instagram. I think this scene is one of the most manufactured scenes of the season. Evidence number 4, Yolanda's ultimatum. In a recent episode, Yolanda tells Eliana that if she doesn't win, they aren't going to return to the ALDC. This puts a lot of pressure on Ellie, and some viewers have even accused Yolanda of emotionally abusing her daughter. On Instagram, Yolanda has had to defend herself, assuring viewers that she loves her daughter unconditionally and supports her both during times of success and times of defeat. She says her goal is to help her daughter develop both as a dancer and as a person to become the best she can be. Eliana has confirmed in a Hollywood interview that she actually left the show because she wanted to continue to train for and compete in the Dance Awards, which is a super prestigious competition she won back in 2018.
I did a couple episodes on season 8, but since I won Best Dancer, I won many, but I also want to go for Junior Teen and Senior too.
Yolanda and Eliana have also appeared on an episode of the AfterBuzz TV podcast, where they discuss their relationship. Eliana reassures fans that she is not afraid of her mother and that her mother isn't as crazy as she seems on TV. Yolanda goes on to explain that she didn't just stay quiet on the show, because she knew that the producers would kick her off if she wasn't entertaining enough. She seems to have a real awareness about the show and what the producers want from her.
Do you feel like you're portrayed accurately, or is it totally blown out? How do you feel about that?
It's 180 degrees, completely different from who I really am.
Okay.
They're turning it into that I'm scared of her, which I'm not. I love her.
Yeah. It's not like anybody forced us to come on the show. This was Eliana's dream, and she worked super, super hard to get there. But I was never told what my character was.
Right.
And I really describe it as scripted improvisation. We don't read from a script, but there's a lot of improv. And so there are different moments, there are stages. Sometimes we're brief, sometimes we're not. You just kind of go with the flow, but you can't just sit there.
Right.
You're just sitting there and you're not, and a lot of people want me to just sit there. Like, they're like, why doesn't Yolanda just shut up?
Right.
But if I shut up, then she's going to go home. And I'm a big girl. I knew exactly what I was getting into. But it's frustrating at times because definitely things happen on the show, and then the editors are amazing. They're doing their job, and I realize that they're doing their job, but I also have to do my job as well too. Yeah. And if it was this wonderful kumbaya where everybody was holding hands and we're like all friends and all of that, then honestly, there would be no show.
She also explains the whole Charlie Chaplin situation in season 7, and how the producers forced her to dress up like her daughter, even though it upset both Eliana and Yolanda.
So what's your take on the Charlie Chaplin? You just wanted to support her.
They really wanted, the producers really wanted Ellie to just kind of connect, and they thought if I would go in the audience and just pass out some derby hats, that it would really kind of get the audience excited about her solo.
They brought her down and they started drawing her mustache, and my mom's like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
What are you doing to my face?
I started crying because I didn't want her to do that, because I know it was going to turn out, and I predicted right, the moms were making fun of her.
It's really, I think it's really important for a dancer to have time to get, in their frame of mind as they're getting ready for a solo. And so I would never want to take any attention away from her to take it to myself. But I was really told, this is really going to help you connect with her. It's going to help her. I'm like, I don't need some exterior motive to connect with my child. They're like, but it will be a great positive thing for Eliana, because she'll see you and it'll get her really excited about her solo. And she was crying, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And so, what really happened is I was taken and separated from her for about 3 hours before she did her solo, and I was like working the crowd. I was very, very upset about it.
Hearing this whole story, I couldn't help but feel bad for them. Lastly, let's talk about social media control. One thing I find super weird that I would like to discuss is the social media accounts of the new cast members. Have you guys noticed that the cast is posting tons of promotion for upcoming episodes, and these posts look very similar to each other? Not only that, but they're always tagging the executive producer, Brian Stinson, in almost everything. Brian is also in so many photographs now with the girls. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, If it means he's being more supportive and friendly towards the cast this time, that's great. But I can't help but feel that there must be some very strict rules in place regarding the cast's use of social media. The old cast would constantly share behind the scenes facts on Twitter and Instagram, but the new cast seems to be keeping that to an absolute minimum, which makes researching for these episodes significantly more difficult. So what do you guys think about this new season? Do you think it's any faker than the first 7 seasons? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!